Yesterday, the United States announced new tariffs, including a 24% tariff on all goods imported from Japan into the United States of America. The purpose of today's video is to go over three things. The first of which is we're going to be doing a price breakdown of the old way it used to be versus the new way, so you can see how little or how big the actual price difference is going to be. It's going to vary based on the dollar amount of the guitar that you're looking at. Secondly, we're going to talk about the de minimis exception and some changes to that. And finally, I'm going to give you my recommendations on some places that I would highly recommend that you avoid if you're looking to purchase a guitar directly from Japan. I will only be speaking about importing guitars directly from Japan to the United States in this video. I've been doing it for almost 2 decades at this point, and it's where I have the most experience. Let's get started with the example, the price breakdown. The price of the guitar is 140,000 yen. The DHL shipping cost is 23,400 yen. The PayPal fee is 6,120 yen, resulting in a total fee of 169,520 yen, which at the time of filming equates to $1,150.99. Since the guitar was valued at over $800, the buyer would be responsible to pay an import duty of 10%, which would be roughly $95, because we're basing it on the actual value of the guitar, not the overall cost. This brings our grand total to $1,245.99. Now let's factor in the tariff. The 24% tariff is only applied to the value of the guitar itself, so it raises from 140,000 yen to 173,600 yen. All of the other fees remain exactly the same, leaving the new total at 203,120 yen, equating to $1,337.76, which is a $91 increase. While not ideal and most certainly not an apples-to-apples comparison, we regularly see price increases that are similar and sometimes even more than this on an annual basis from domestic guitar manufacturers. The de minimis exception was something I was really familiar with, and it really impacted some of my decision making in guitars that I would buy from Japan. The way it worked was anything that was valued at under $800, you wouldn't have to pay any import duty or tariff on, so I'd look for the best possible value that I could that was just under $800 to keep my costs down. However, President Trump signed an executive order shutting down this exemption loophole. Goods that qualify under the de minimis exemption will now be subject to a duty of either 30% of the value or $25 per item. This rate will increase to $50 per item on June 1st. Another reason I wanted to include the de minimis exemption changes was because there would be times when buyers would request sellers to declare the value to be a little bit lower than it actually was so that they would avoid any sorts of import fees or tariffs, and now that's not something that's going to be possible. You're going to be paying one way or the other. Where to not buy guitars from. Look, I'm a small business owner. It's not my intention to attack any one individual small business, so I'm not pointing anyone out here individually. However, this is important because at the end of the day here, I'm trying to help you guys, the viewers that are in the United States of America and looking at these Japanese guitars out to get the best possible prices available. With all that being said though, I would avoid all resellers that are charging a premium price for guitars that are located in Japan, not in the United States of America. Now you'll find there's many resellers in the United States of America that sometimes are going to be charging a similar, if not a little bit higher price than some of the resellers that are popping up now doing the same exact thing in Japan. But with the new tariff, I have to strongly advise against it, and let me just show you the numbers as to why. Let's say you're looking at 2 Fender Jaguars that are the same price, $1,699.99. The difference being one of them is for sale here from a reseller in the USA, and the other one is available from a reseller in Japan. If you buy from the American reseller, all you're going to pay is the $1699.99 plus any applicable sales tax. However, if you buy it from the Japanese reseller, you're going to be having to pay that 24% tariff on the $1699.99. And you're going to have to pay for the tax on reverb as well and any applicable shipping charges because it is international after all. That's a substantial increase that doesn't even take into account any additional shipping charges, and it's not something that I would encourage you guys to go through with, and I would avoid those types of sellers, at least for now while these tariffs are intact. And in my opinion, as you have seen over the years of me posting Japanese guitars, I still believe they're worth it. They have quality. They have pride in their work. The craftsmanship is phenomenal. The consistency is great. Yeah, you're going to get a dud and a little bit of a mishap once in a while, but it's far less likely than you're going to find from other areas of the world. It's just because they hold themselves to a really high standard, and I don't regret any of the Japanese guitar purchases I've made in the past, and I still think that they're a great value even with the increased costs. That's it for today. Now I ask you guys two things. First of all, if you like the way that I formatted this, I did not want to include any of my own personal politics into this. I wanted to just make this fact-based. Let me know by leaving a like button. And secondly, if you do want to comment on this video, I ask you please do not make this a political disaster. Do not attack each other in the comments. We're all in this together. This is just talking about guitars. Let's keep it to that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.